Dylan Wang collapses after shocking news. Shen Yue in tears at the hospital as fans worldwide pray for miracle recovery. Welcome back to K-Drama Haven, where real life meets drama in ways no script could ever prepare us for. If you're not yet subscribed, now is the time, because what you are about to witness is not just a celebrity update. It is heartbreak, mystery, and a love story unfolding in real time. Grab your tissues. Sit down. 'Cause this one changes everything. The event that shattered calm. The fall that shook the industry. It began as a normal day on the set of an upcoming film featuring China's beloved heartthrob Dylan Wang. The crew was preparing for a light emotional scene. Nothing physically demanding, no stunts, no tension. But without warning, Dylan suddenly dropped to his knees during rehearsal. His hands trembled. His vision blurred. And before anyone could react, he collapsed completely on the cold marble floor. At first, people thought it was acting. He had always been a master of emotional delivery. But the silence that followed was real. Gasps echoed across the studio. Crew members rushed to him, calling his name. He didn't respond. Shen Yue arrives in tears, the woman who knew something was wrong. Just minutes later, a private car pulled into the hospital's rear emergency entrance. Out stepped Shen Yue, her face hidden behind oversized sunglasses, but her hands visibly shaking. Multiple staff members confirmed she had been crying during the entire ride. One nurse revealed. She didn't ask about the cameras. She didn't speak to anyone. She just kept whispering, "Please let him be okay. Please." Security tried to block reporters, but her sobs could still be heard echoing down the hallway. It wasn't long before #Shen Yue in tears and #Dylan Hospital Emergency began trending globally. What triggered the collapse? The news that broke him. Just hours before his fall, Dylan reportedly received a sealed letter delivered personally to him by his manager. Witnesses said he read it, clenched it tightly, then sat silently in his dressing room for over 30 minutes. That letter, as insiders now reveal, contained news that shook Dylan's world to its core. It was from someone connected to his biological family, a revelation he had never expected. A person claiming to be his estranged birth father had reached out through legal channels, revealing truths about Dylan's early childhood, a secret that had been kept from him his entire life. A source close to Dylan said, "He didn't cry. He didn't speak. But his hands wouldn't stop shaking." Then he whispered, "My whole life has been a lie. A history they never spoke of. The real Dylan behind the cameras." For years, Dylan Wang has charmed millions. From his breakout role in Meteor Garden to becoming a global ambassador for luxury fashion houses, he seemed to live a dream life. But only his closest friends and Shen Yue knew he battled deep personal emptiness behind the scenes. He was raised by a loving adoptive family, but certain details about his past were always blurry. He never questioned them. Till now. The letter didn't just reopen old wounds. It exposed secrets buried for over 2 decades. And it changed him instantly. The hospital chaos. Media storm, security barriers, and fan prayers. As news broke of Dylan's collapse, thousands of fans rushed to the hospital gates. They brought flowers, letters, light sticks. Some held candles. Some simply cried. Security was forced to shut down all visitor access. Media vans lined up outside. Drones were spotted hovering over the parking lot. But inside the hospital, there was only one sound. Shen Yue's quiet sobbing beside Dylan's bedside. A nurse who briefly stepped into the room shared. She held his hand and kept saying, "Wake up. We promised to tell the truth together. You're not allowed to leave me like this." The silent video that shook fans to the core. Within hours, a never-before-seen video began circulating, allegedly recorded just days before the collapse. In it, Dylan and Shen Yue are seen walking hand in hand at a quiet park. He looks pensive. She keeps glancing at him with concern. At one point he stops and says, "If something happens to me, just know you were the only person who made me feel like I wasn't acting all the time." That sentence hit like thunder. Fans clipped the moment and set it to music. Millions of views. Thousands of crying emojis. Endless comments like, "Please, Dylan. Wake up. The world isn't ready to lose you." Mysterious woman shows up. Who is she? Late into the second night, a woman dressed in all black arrived at the hospital. Her face was hidden, but she was escorted inside without resistance. 10 minutes later, Shen Yue left Dylan's room, her face pale, her eyes red. Speculation soared. Was this Dylan's biological mother, a family lawyer, or someone from his past? No confirmation has been made, but one thing is clear. This woman carried something in her hands. A small brown box wrapped in red ribbon. Some say it contained childhood photos. Others believe it was the original letter Dylan had received. The one that shattered his world. The industry responds. A wave of emotion. Celebrities began posting messages immediately. Esther Yu shared, "Dylan, the world still needs your smile. Please come back." Cheng Xiao lit a candle live on stream, whispering, "We can't lose another light." Jerry Yan, the original Dao Ming Si, posted, "I know strength lives in you. Wake up, brother." Even international fans from the Philippines, Indonesia, Brazil, and Turkey started digital prayer circles and live countdowns, hoping for updates. A letter from Shen Yue. The confession that melted hearts. On the third night, Shen Yue released a handwritten note through her official agency page. It read, "He once told me he didn't know what home meant, so I gave him mine. He once said he didn't believe in forever, so I promised I would never leave. And now I'm holding his hand, waiting for him to keep one more promise, to wake up. We haven't told the world everything, but we will. Together. Please wait for him." The letter brought even more fans to tears. It wasn't just pain. It was love. Raw, trembling, unspoken love between two souls who survived the spotlight together. A stir in the room. The moment that brought a nation to tears. Just after midnight on the fourth day of Dylan's hospitalization, something miraculous happened. The nurse on night duty noticed a subtle movement. At first, she thought it was just involuntary muscle response. But then, Dylan's fingers twitched. His breathing deepened. And slowly, ever so slowly, his eyes fluttered open. Shen Yue, who had refused to sleep for days, was sitting by his side, gently holding his hand when it happened. She froze. Their eyes met. For a moment the world stood still. And then she burst into tears. Not of sorrow this time, but relief. She pressed her forehead against his hand and whispered through sobs, "You came back to me." The first words. Broken voice, unbroken love. As doctors rushed in and began running tests, Dylan, though weak, managed to whisper two words. Two words that made every doctor pause. "Where? You?" Shen Yue, standing just beside him, let out a soft cry. She leaned close and said, "Right here. I never left. I told you I'd wait." His hand slowly reached toward her, trembling, barely lifting, but it was enough. Enough to ignite a wave of emotion that would soon flood the world. The press conference that brought silence to the nation. Later that day, Shen Yue and Dylan's agency held an emergency press conference. Shen Yue stepped out, dressed in a soft ivory blouse, looking fragile but composed. She stood in front of hundreds of reporters and flashing cameras and spoke with honesty that left everyone breathless. "He has awakened. He is healing. And when he is ready, we will tell you everything, together. But for now, please give him peace." Her voice cracked when she said those final words. But her eyes held something unshakable. Love. A mystery unfolds. The box, the letter, and a family reunion. Following Dylan's partial recovery, the mysterious box delivered by the unknown woman was finally opened. Not by staff, but by Dylan himself. Inside were 3 old photographs. One of a baby boy held by a young woman. One of a torn family registry. And one of a handwritten letter. Signed with only a single name. Lian. Reports now confirm that Lian is Dylan's birth mother, a woman long believed to have died when he was a child. But the truth was much more complicated. She had survived but had been forced into hiding due to dangerous threats surrounding Dylan's early family legacy. The letter detailed how she had watched Dylan grow from a distance, how she had followed his career, and how she prayed that one day he would be strong enough to know the truth. Will Dylan wake up? As of this morning, Dylan remains unconscious but stable. Doctors say he's fighting. Fans say they're waiting. Candles continue to burn outside the hospital. A piano cover of Meteor Garden's theme song now trends on every music platform. Fans play it softly every hour, as if calling him back through sound. Inside the hospital, Shen Yue hasn't left his side. And while the world may not know the ending yet, one thing is certain. This is not just a celebrity incident. This is a heartbreak turned into hope. And if love has any power at all, then Dylan Wang will open his eyes. And when he does, the world will feel it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This story isn't just drama. It's devotion. And the next chapter might just change everything. Stay tuned. 'Cause miracles do happen. And we're here, holding our breath for one.